So last time we installed Nextcloud with Docker scripts, and it is like this in this address, cloud.user1.fs.al, and here on administration settings, we can check the basic settings. We didn't do this last time. And here we see also the settings for SMTP, for sending emails. Send mode SMTP, this is okay. Start TLS, this should be okay. And also the host is our SMTP server. And this has been set up, or this is configured automatically. No authentication required. Let me check this. Because we are contacting our own SMTP server, so we don't need to check to verify the certificate. Send test email. It says email sent successfully, but I think something is not working, because I just checked it last time and I couldn't. I checked it before and I couldn't find the email. Something is not working. It is not coming as spam as well, so there is some problem. Okay, today we will see another application or another tool. It is called uptime-kuma. Let's get the scripts first. This is a script. This is an application that is used to check the availability of some sites. So it is it is checking periodically, once a few seconds, and it can notify us if the site is not reachable. So these are the scripts. Let us initialize a directory for this application. user1.fs.al. I need this @ sign here. There is nothing to modify here on the settings. This is a little bit different from the previous applications, because this is built on top of Docker Compose. So the other applications are based on Docker. This is based on Docker Compose. Why? Because The official instructions for installing uptime-kuma are with Docker Compose. So if you go to the website of, or to the docs site of this application, and if you check the instructions how to install it, they recommend to install it with Docker Compose. So we are using Docker Compose to install this application, and we are managing this application with our scripts. So we build some scripts to manage this Docker Compose application. For example, these are empty, and the main configuration is done in this file, which overrides some of the functions or commands defined by the framework. For example, the command ds start is redefined like this, Docker Compose start. The command ds stop is redefined like this, Docker Compose stop, and so on. These are some simple things. The most important is this function. When we write ds make, so here I did this ds make, this command. Now it is running this function, and what this function does is it is creating this file compose.yml, which is the main configuration file for Docker Compose application, with this content. And then it is starting Docker Compose app-d. It is also adding a configuration on reverse proxy for this application, and it is getting an SSL certificate on the reverse proxy. So not much complicated. Now this command dsmake is finished. We see that it has created this file, this configuration file, compose.yml. Here we have only one service, uptime-kuma image, the image that is being used to build this, this container, this service. We are naming it like this, uptime.user1.fs.al. The name of the container, and we are sharing this directory with the container. The directory data in the current directory. And we are also connecting it to the same network that reverse proxy is connected, this DSNet. Now let's try to open this in browser. I'm keeping the English language. SQL Lite is okay, I think, because we don't have lots of data. So this is the first time that we are accessing it, so it is making some initialization steps, some setup. Create your admin account. And here is the management interface for this, or the dashboard for this. Now, how do we set up this one? Settings. notifications. Set up notification type. Email SMTP. So we want to be notified by email. Friendly name. Host name. We can use our own SMTP server. Port. Start TLS. Ignore TLS error. No username and password. From email. To email, where are the notifications going to be sent? I'm using my own email address, so send notifications to my email address. I'm making this default notification. So when I add new monitors, they are going to use this notification by default. Apply on all existing monitors. We don't have any monitors right now, so no need to select this one. Let me test it. Send successfully. Save. But although it says send successfully, I think I'm not getting any emails. Maybe something wrong with the SMTP server. I'm still not getting anything. Okay, I'm getting something. This time it is on spam, but at least it is working. It is working. So I'm getting testing from uptime@user1.fs.al, SMTP testing. So it is working. We can assume that it is working. And I can remove the label spam from this email. And next time Gmail will not consider emails coming from this address as spam. Hopefully. So it is on inbox now. Okay, this is the test email, so it is working. So this is the important thing, notifications. All the other things are not so important, I think. And it says notification must be assigned to a monitor to function. So we are going to add some monitors, add new monitor here. So let's add a new monitor. Monitor is watching a site, whether it is alive or not, it is working or not. For example, we have installed on our server No, it is okay. Why it is not working? No, it is named site1. So we have installed site1.user1.fs.al. We can add a monitor for this website. Add the new monitor type, HTTP, HTTPS, friendly name, site1.user1.fs.al, URL, heartbeat interval, check every 60 seconds. Okay, okay, it is going to check this website every minute, each minute. Retries, let's say 3. So if it fails if it fails twice, if it fails 3 times, no problem. If it fails for the 4th time, then it is going to send a notification. Heartbeat retry interval, 1 minute. First retry, second retry, and so on. The interval between retries is 1 minute. Request timeout after 48 seconds. Okay, most of the defaults are okay. We can modify them, but they seem to be okay. So, this is defining the monitor on the left side, and on the right side here we have notifications. It is selected automatically, this one, SMTP, because we made it the default for the monitors. So we don't need to set up a notification because the default one is already set up. So let me save this one, and we have here site1.user1. It should be green. I don't know why it is orange. Maybe I checked something that I should not check. So let me, how do I edit this one? Maybe I should not have checked this one, but it still says pending. Why pending? What does it mean, pending? Okay, let me clone this one and create another monitor for site 2. The URL is site 2. Let me say just one retry for testing. says self-signed certificate down. Why self-signed? I think I know what is the problem. The problem is that from this container, when we try to this container is in this network, and the website that we are checking is also on the same network, Docker network. But inside this Docker network, this website, site1.user1.fs.al, is accessed internally with the local IP. So if I get a shell, for example, from this in this container, this shell, I get a shell inside this container. And I say ping. We see that it is accessing the internal IP because this is how this domain is resolved in the local Docker network, where reverse proxy and the other containers are connected. So we have to fix this somehow. If I make it HTTP, for example, just one self-signed certificate. Okay, I can say ignore TLS SSL errors. And let me do it with 3 retries here again. And also let me modify the other site as well. Ignore TLS SSL errors for HTTPS websites. And now I'm getting green. So no error, the site is running. Now let me add another monitor for the other application that we have installed. Add new monitor. Nextcloud. And ignore TLS SSL errors. And meantime, you see that we have received some notifications. The site is down, the site is down. And then site is okay, site is okay. Let me delete these ones. So right now, all the three sites are okay. Let me shut down the container WordPress. Then site 1 and site 2 should be down when I shut down the container. And then we should receive notifications for these sites that they are down. So we are testing uptime. Here. Now, if I stop the container, then site 1 is not reachable and also site 2 is not reachable. Site 2 is also not reachable. So we see this is pending because it is trying it 3 times. It is failing one time, it is failing another time, and then it is failing a third time. After 3 minutes, it is marking it as down and it is sending a notification. So we have to wait for about 3 minutes before we get a notification here. So this is immediately down. Maybe let me check. So it has just one retry. This has 3 retries. This site 2 has just one retry. So it tried one, it failed, it is pending. The second time it fails, it is down. And once it is down, then we receive this notification email, site 2 user1.fs.al down. This is retrying 3 times, pending, and then we should see that it is marked as down. and now it is marked as done. Let's see, we receive a notification, site is done. A request failed with status code 502, which is bad gateway. And now let me start the container, the WordPress container. And I'm not sure, but maybe I have to restart the reverse proxy as well. Sometimes the reverse proxy Nginx needs to be restarted as well. And now this site 1 is up. And site 2 is working as well. And we receive these notifications, okay. Okay, this is for uptime. It is a very useful tool because sometimes something happens and the site goes down, and if we don't have something to notify us, then we may not notice it. Now let's see how to install a virtual computer lab. The virtual computer lab is something installed on our VPS, but it can be accessed by teachers and students, which can work together on this virtual environment. And we are going to install some, we need some containers for building this environment. One of them is reverse proxy, which we have installed already. We need a database, MariaDB, for Guacamole. Guacamole is the interface for accessing the virtual computers that will be installed in the containers. And we are going to install a Linux Mint container and a Raspberry Pi container. Let me see whether we have installed already MariaDB. We have already installed MariaDB. We have already installed reverse proxy. So let's continue with installing Guacamole. Getting the scripts. Let's call it vclab at user1.fs.al. Domain, we don't need to expose this port because we are using a reverse proxy. So let me delete these lines. This is the admin for accessing Guacamole. I have to change the password here. And also let me uncomment this database settings. Save and build the container. And then we are going to install, let's wait for this to finish. And let's try to open this. This is the login interface of Guacamole. We log in as admin, and the password is this one. And we see that there are no connections yet. So there are no virtual servers that we can access from Guacamole. And we are going to install a Linux Mint server, a virtual server first. We are getting the scripts for Linux Mint. Settings. Now we are using this flavor of Linux Mint, Mate. The others are commented. We can also delete them. And this is the image that will be used, the name of the container. We don't have to enable these ports because we are not going to use X2Go to access this container. So I can also delete them. In this test, I'm not going to use a pop test, so I don't need these variables. Also, I don't need an admin account for this test. And I also can create a file here, accounts dot. And in this file, I can set the username and password of the accounts that will be created in this container. Now I can build the container, dsmay. So it takes some time to download the image. It is not building the image locally, it is downloading a pre-built image that I've built and I've uploaded on Docker Hub. If it builds the image, it takes much more time. It takes longer because it is a big image. Downloading it takes some time because it is a big image, but still it is faster than building the image locally from Docker file. And after this image is built, after this Docker container with Linux Mint is built, then we can add a connection from Guacamole to this Docker container, and we can do it from the settings. And then we go to connections, and then we say new connection, and then a name, for example, Linux Mint or Mate1 or something, and then actually there are a lot of settings, and we can do it manually from the graphical interface of Guacamole, but we can also add a connection from command line, and it is much easier from command line, as we will see. So let me say cancel here, and let me go to the home, and after this image is built, or even while it is still working, I go to the Guacamole container, this one, and then here there is a command ds guac defined by Docker scripts, by the scripts that manage this Guacamole container. And here I can see that this connection add server and then connection type SSH or RDP. So server is the name of the container, and the container that we are building here is Mate1. It is finished building. So I can say this guac connection add. The server name is mate1. And let me also add an RDP connection. And this connection list is listing the existing connections. So we have these two connections, one RDP and one SSH. And if we go to the admin interface of Guacamole, now I see this SSH connection and RDP connection. Let me try first the SSH connection. Login as, we defined user 1 with password pass1, user 2 with password pass2, and so on. So let me use one of these accounts. User 1, pass1. And I get an SSH shell on the container mate. It is Ubuntu, based on Ubuntu. And if I want to increase the size of the fonts here, I can press Control Alt and Shift. Control Alt and Shift at the same time, and I get this left panel here. And here I can modify font size, for example 14, or let me make it 18. Control Alt and Shift again. Control Alt and Shift. And we see that the font size is increased. Exit. And now let me try the RDP connection. Let me try user 1, password pass1. And I will get this desktop on the Docker container with Linux Mint mate that I installed. Okay, let me press again Control and Shift and disconnect. Now, so this is the mate container, Linux Mint mate container. Now let me install a Raspberry Pi container. Create a directory here for the container. And if I don't create an account accounts.txt, it is going to create one automatically with user 1 and user 2. So let me just try ds_make. And here on Guacamole, we see that also we have some commands to add a user. Why? What are these users? These are Guacamole users, so that we don't have to log in as admin. Because if we give the admin access to everybody, then they can also access the settings, etc. We don't want this in general. So we can create another user which allows people just to log into Guacamole, but don't have access to the settings, connections, etc. So let me add another user. For example, this user is going to be used by the students of a class. So let me call the username class1. So this is the username, and the password, something simple. For example, I forgot this one, user add here. List of users, we have this user class1. And now to this user we can connect this user with one of the connections that we defined above. So we have these two connections. They are both to the Mate server. One is RTP connection, one is SSH connection. We can assign these connections to the user class1 with the command this one, ds user connect class1 guat. And also we see that the user class1 has these two connections. And now if I go to Guacamole and log out from admin, where is log out here? Now I can log in as user class1. Class1, pass 1, 2, 3. And it has these two connections, but it has access to settings, but it cannot define connections, etc. Just some limited settings. And it works the same. Now people can choose this connection or this one to go to the Mate server or virtual server. Okay, cancel. And no space left on device. What does it mean? Okay, let me try to clean up some. Okay, I think we cleaned up some space. I'm not sure. Let me try to build the container again. I will stop Nextcloud temporarily in case this helps. Let me stop WordPress 1 as well. Because our VPS is too small. It has just 4 gigabytes RAM and 40 gigabytes disk space. No space left on device. Okay, in a bigger VPS, this should work, I think. But in our small VPS, we don't have enough space. We can increase the size of VPS on Hetzner. We can increase the amount of RAM from 4 gigabyte to 8 gigabyte RAM, and we can also increase the amount of the disk space. For example, if I go to hetzner.com, unnecessary cookies. CloudApps servers. Is this rescale maybe? You need more performance, just scale up to a more powerful plan. CPU. Okay, this cost optimized is not. There are no more options available. I think. Why it says no, not available, not available. So this location where we have ordered our VPS does not have more options like this. So let me try regular performance. Okay, for example, I can select this option with this one with 8 gigabyte, 8 gigabyte RAM, 160 gigabyte disk space. Let me select this one, for example. It is more expensive, but I'm going to shut down this VPS after testing, after the course, so it is not a problem. So the server needs to be powered off before it can be rescaled. Now I can rescale. And meanwhile, we have lost the connection because the server was down to quit from Mosh, because we have a Mosh connection. Control this and dot. Disconnect. And now we wait for the rescale we finished. And I think the server is back on. Let me try to connect again. Okay, I'm back. Now I have 8 gigabytes. It still says 38 gigabytes. Maybe I have to resize the file system. Okay, the size of the disk is 150 or 160 gigabytes, but the file system needs to be rescaled. So I have to use these two commands, grow part and resize to fs. And I'm going to grow the partition, the first partition. So I say grow part. This is the disk and the partition 1. I think it is working. Maybe it was done automatically, but I did not wait it. I did not wait and try to do it again. But maybe Hetzner does it automatically, I think. So it was being done while we were trying to check. Okay, so the important thing is the size of the disk is bigger now after rescaling. And let me try again to build this container. I'm adding another connection for Raspberry and also for RDP. Now we have these two connections, and let's also add them to the user class 1. And we can check it guacamole. Pass 1, 2, 3. And now we have these two connections. And meanwhile, the Raspberry Pi container is finished building, and we can try to access user 1. This is empty. So let me, why it is empty? So let's create some accounts. This script ds-inject users, we can create some accounts that are in a given file. It is creating these user accounts. Let me try to log in again. Okay, we log in, and now let me try the RDP connection. And this is the desktop of a Raspberry container. And the last thing before we close this lesson, we have, as a maintenance, we have to update these images time after time, and after updating the images, we need to update the containers. For example, all these images are built on Debian, I think. So if I do docker pull it says downloaded new image so it has downloaded a new image, and all the other containers are built on top of Debian 13, and we have to rebuild these containers. For example, I have to rebuild the container for reverse proxy. How do I do it? This will rebuild the container. using the latest base image of Debian. And after this one, I can update the MariaDB, go to this directory and dsmake, update PostgreSQL, go to PostgreSQL and run dsmake. It is going to update the container for this service. And for NSD the same, for WordPress also the same, for Guacamole the same. These two are fixed images, I think, and also for Nextcloud. And it is also possible to automate these steps with a simple bash script, and we'll see it later if we continue the course on September, how to build a simple bash script that automates these update steps.